Working with styles in Microsoft Word. So as you can see on your screen are the various components of the report. Now you can see that the pre-chapter portion as well as the post-chapter portion would have almost the same type of formatting in case of titles, that is in case of title for cover page, abstract, attestation, acknowledgement, so on, as well as in references and appendix. So let us define a specific formatting for each of these headings. So let us name this heading style as unnumbered titles 1, which would be having Times New Roman font of size 14 with bold, which is aligned towards left, and it would start from a new page, that is each of these would be starting from a new page. Similarly, let's have a look onto the chapter portion. Now here we have multiple criterias. Now let's say first of all we have heading level 1, which would be specifically for chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 state of the art, chapter 3 technical chapters, chapter 4 conclusion, and so on. Now over here each of this title would be formed using Times New Roman font with a size of 14, which would be bold, aligned towards left, and they would also start from the new page. If you go further, that is on section 2, that is we can also say as heading level 2, that is we have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 3.1, 3.2, 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3, and so on. Here we also use Times New Roman as a font with size 13, which is bold, aligned towards left, and it would not start from a new page. Similarly, going further, we have heading level 2, which is 3.1.1, 3.1.2, which is also a Times New Roman with font size of 12, which is bold, aligned towards left, and it is also not starting from the new page. And similarly, you can have styles defined as per your requirements. And regarding the main text, that is other than the titles, would be Times New Roman of size 12 with alignment justified, and it will also not start from the new page. Now let us try this out in Microsoft Word. So let's say we want to make a cover page. So the very first thing we need to do is, first of all, let's put 5 or 6 enter so that we go on to some low portion of the page. And now let us go over here and click on the title, as you can see over here in the style. So once we click, it is already selected under the title format. Now let's say project title over here. Now let's say if we don't want this default type and we want to change it, so you can directly click over here on title tab, right click over here, go on to modify. Now in this dialog box you can see many options. So first thing we want to do is to change the font color to automatic, that is black over in this case. Then we want to make it bold, center aligned, make font as Times New Roman. You can still see there is an underline. If you want to remove this, you have many special features, as you can see over here. Now under border, select none and click OK. So you can see that the underline or the line below the title has disappeared, and you can click on OK. Now let's press enter. Now say you want to enter a subtitle, so you can again go over here, click over here and enter the subtitle over here. But again you want to change its style, again you can follow the same steps, right click, modify, choose your style over here, make it bold, or you want to make it Times New Roman, center aligned, and click on OK. Now you want to introduce something which is very repetitive for use. Let's say all other things in this page, that is author's name, your guide's name, date, university name, would remain constant throughout. So how to enter it and how to define a new style over here? So let's say you want to enter your name, that is author's name, in the following format. You want center align, bold, you say with Times New Roman font, size of say about 14. So you have determined a specific type of format. Now let us type over here author name, which would be your name, and you want to keep on this style as a repetitive style. So what to do now? So you can do one thing, you can just select the author name that you have written down over here, click over here on this small arrow on styles, and you can write over here as save selection as a new quick style. So it would ask the style name, so you can write cover page miscellaneous, okay, and click on OK. So now you have author name as a cover page miscellaneous type. Now suppose you want to enter the guide name similarly, so similarly you can enter it over here. You want to enter the day and date. Suppose we want to enter just the month and year, we will write it in this fashion. And let's say we want to copy something from other file and we want to paste it. This is a bit about formatting and you can work out with it. I want to paste something which I brought from another file, so let me paste it over here. Now you can see that this is not under the cover page style, this is under somewhere under normal. So I want to convert it into cover page style, so I will just select this text and click on cover page. So it's automatically selected in the format that we wanted. Now I just would be required to adjust it in this page. So this is how the cover page is worked out. Now after we are done with cover page, let's move forward. Now as you know, as per our report structure, the very first thing should be an abstract. So as we had discussed, let us provide a new heading label to abstract. So for that we also need to create a new style. So first of all, let us write abstract over here, then we would select it, then again go over here, save selection as a new quick style. We would enter the name that was unnumbered titles 1. Then we would also go over here to modify, under which we would make it left align and change this title level to say about 14 size, make it bold, make color as an automatic. And the next important thing we wanted to do is to make sure that all this style with unnumbered title 1 starts from the new page. So let's go over here onto format, then over here we have paragraph, and let's go over here to line and page breaks, and just we need to tick over here that is page break before. So what it would do is it would tend each and every page bearing a title under the style unnumbered title 1 to start from a new page. Now let's also go on to indent and spacing and make line spacing as 1.5. You can also make changes on before and after spacing. Before, what usually does is, suppose this is spacing, the value you enter over here would be the space above this, while after is the space below this. So we generally use line spacing, and let's make it 1.5 over here. Press OK and press OK. So you can see over here we got our heading under the new style, that is unnumbered title 1. Now let's write for below it. So say we want to add a meta over below it. Now if you directly press enter, you would jump onto the new page, because as you know, under this style everything would start from a new page. So in order to write below abstract, you need to click on normal, you need to press enter, go on to normal and get back to this page. And once you are over here, now let us start writing. But first of all, let's see what the normal style says. Oh, it's not as per our requirement, so let's first of all set it as Times New Roman 12, justified, automatic, and let's set the line spacing from paragraph to 1.5 lines and press OK. Press OK. So now we can see over here on abstract page. Now let's write abstract is brief description within one page. And let's also bring some other which I'd already written. So all this is under normal font style, while title is under unnumbered title style. Now let's move on to next component, that is attestation. So what we need to do now is press enter and directly go on to this, that is unnumbered titles over here. And once you click on it, you can see that you directly move on to the new page. We were over here, somewhere over here, say over here, and when you just press unnumbered titles and we move to the new page, and we directly write attestation over here. Unnumbered attestation over here, press enter, go to normal and come back, and let us write I understand and any other thing. I just paste it over here in order to save the time. So this is about attestation. Now let's move towards acknowledgement. So again in the similar fashion, go to unnumbered titles, write acknowledgement, then press enter, come back to normal. So we'll get back to over here, and then we can write as we want, acknowledge anyone who has helped you in this. And so I also pasted this so we can save the time over here. So after we are done with this, we would move on to the next part. So again click on unnumbered titles, we would write over here table of contents, press enter, go back to normal and keep it blank as of now. Then we'll again go on to unnumbered titles, write down list of figures, press enter, normal. Again we'll go on to the new page using unnumbered titles, list of tables, normal. So this is how we entered all the unnumbered titles as well as text under some of these titles using styles in Microsoft Word. Now let us continue to work with adding titles as well as text in the main chapters. So after the list of tables, let's press enter and say move on to a new page. So here we are. Now over here, let's select heading 1 style as we had discussed for the main chapter numbers, that is chapter 1, which was introduction and so forth. So let's click over here on headings. So we have currently selected heading styles, and let's write down introduction. But what we think is this is not what we wanted. So let's again similarly right click over here, modify, let's set this to automatic bold, 14 times New Roman, left, and last but not the least, again this would be 1.5 lines and it would start from the new page. So click over your page break before and click on OK. You can see there is some excess space generated over here which we don't want. So again go to format, paragraph, indent and spacing, and make this as 0. Just see the difference over here, what happens. Click OK and press OK. So this is the style. So in order to save our time, let us again select normal style over here, and I would paste a text so that we can save our time a bit over here. Now let's say I want a next level below it. So if this is chapter number 1, I want something like 1.1. So I would go on to heading level 2 and I would write over here say background and context of my study, but I don't like this, so again I will right click, modify, set the style. Let's bring this to 13 bold, it's okay, Times New Roman, and I will make it left align, but I don't need on this on new page, so it's okay. Press directly OK, press enter, go, it will be automatically normal, and I can write over here whatever I want. Then again I want a next section, that is scope and objectives. So again this would be similar to heading level 2, and then I would put text, and this would continue so on and so forth. But now the problem is I want to number it. Can I really do it? So that this becomes 1, this would become 1.1, and this would automatically become 1.2. Yes, it's simple, very simple. Just go over here under home ribbon, just go on to this tab, that is besides bullet and number, this tab. You can see multi-level list. Basically it helps us to choose different styles for multi-level list. So you can see over here in this style that we have numbering as per headings, that is for very first title we have heading 1, we have 1, for heading 2 we have 1.1, for heading 3 we have 1.1.1, and so on. So let's select it. So you can see this is 1, that becomes introduction, here 1.1, 1.2. say I want to enter a third level over here, so I would just click on it. So you can see it becomes 1.2.1, that is just below this, that is this is 1.2, and this becomes 1.2.1, and I can again modify it as and when I want it. So this is the general style that I will be using for it. And don't forget to check the paragraph spacing. Most probably it would 1.5 lines, but it is nice to check it once. Click OK. If I again want the same, I can again click on it, it would give me 1.2.2, and if I require further down, that is below this, that is inside 1.2.2, I require one more level, I can still click over here and get the same, and I can modify it as I require. So this is the formatting that I would be doing for it, left align, okay. And I can write down the text over here whatever I want, or I can write the title for this level over here, and I can work out. So this is how you can number and work with headings in the chapter portion. So I've added some more text, as you can see over here, regarding 3, that is your 3.1, then I have 3.1.1, which further goes down to 3.1.1.1, and so on. And similarly I've also added 4, that is conclusion over here. Now let's say after conclusion we want to add, say, references. So we'll again go on to unnumbered style over here, and let's write references. Press enter, again press normal, then we'll go down, and now let's say keep it blank as it is as of now. And lastly we want appendix, so we'll again click on unnumbered titles and write appendix 1, under which say the format would be normal. So we can again get back to over here. So this was all about styles and working with multi-level list numbering in Microsoft Word.